How many voicemails do you have saved on your phone right now? 10. 20. Some people keep them for years. A grandmother's voice. A friend who's no longer around. A message left on a birthday that felt too important to delete. They sit there in the dark between your other apps. Waiting. Patient. Joel had one voicemail he had never been able to explain. It had been sitting in his inbox for 3 years, left from a number he didn't recognize, at 3:08 in the morning on a Tuesday in November. He had always meant to listen to it. On the night he finally did, a Tuesday in November, exactly 3 years later, he understood immediately why something had made him wait. The message wasn't old. It was describing that night. That room. That exact moment. It had been left for him 3 years in advance. Joel was 34. He worked from home, kept odd hours, the kind of person who left unread notifications sitting on his phone for weeks without it bothering him. He had 17 unread texts, for missed calls and, until that Tuesday, one unopened voicemail that had been sitting there since the autumn 3 years ago. He didn't know why he'd never listened to it. The number wasn't saved in his contacts. No area code he recognized. He'd assumed it was a wrong number or a spam call and just, never got around to deleting it either. It sat there. He forgot about it, then occasionally remembered it and forgot it again. That November Tuesday he was cleaning his phone, deleting old screenshots, clearing storage, when he came across it. 3:08 a.m. Duration, 2 minutes, 41 seconds. 3 years old. It was past midnight. He was alone. He pressed play. The message began with 10 seconds of silence. Not dead air, silence with texture to it, the kind that comes from an open line in a quiet room. Then a voice. His own voice. Not similar. Not close. His voice, his exact cadence, his exact accent, the slight roughness he got late at night when he'd been talking too long. His voice, speaking in a low and very careful tone, as if reading from something. Joel. It's you. Listen carefully because I don't have long and I need you to understand this before it's too late. You're going to hear this on a Tuesday in November. You'll be in your apartment. The lamp on the left side of your desk will be on, the other one will be out, the bulb went last week. You'll have a half-empty glass of water on the nightstand and your laptop will be open on the bed beside you and the window will be showing the beginning of rain. Joel stopped the message. He looked at the lamp on the left side of his desk. On. The right one was dark, the bulb had gone 4 days ago, he hadn't replaced it. He looked at the nightstand. Half-empty glass of water. He looked at the window. It had just started to rain. His laptop was open on the bed beside him. He pressed play. The voice continued. His voice. Calm. Careful. Urgent underneath the calm, the way very frightened people sometimes go very quiet. You paused the message just now. You looked around the room. You're going to press play again because you have to know. That's fine. That's what I did too. A breath. Then, in about 4 minutes you're going to hear a sound from the hallway outside your apartment. A door. Not your neighbor, they're away this week, you saw the note on Wednesday. Something else. When you hear it, do not open your door. Do not look through the peephole. Turn off both lamps, yes, I know the right one is already out, and sit on the floor between the bed and the wall and do not make a sound until the sound in the hallway stops. It will stop. It always stops. But only if you stay completely still. Joel checked the time. It was 12:44 a.m. The voicemail was 2 minutes and 41 seconds long. He had heard about 1 minute and 20 seconds so far. He looked at the hallway door. He looked at it for a long time. The sound came at 12:48 a.m. Exactly 4 minutes after the voicemail had predicted it. A door sound, not his door, something near it, something in the hallway just outside. A slow movement. Not footsteps. Something heavier. Something being dragged, or something moving along the wall. Close. Very close to his door. Joel did exactly what the message said. He turned off the lamp. He slid off the bed onto the floor. He pressed himself into the gap between the bed and the wall, and he held his phone against his chest, and he did not move, and he did not breathe more than he had to. The sound in the hallway continued for 6 minutes. Then it stopped. He lay on the floor in the dark for a long time. Then he picked up his phone. He had not finished the voicemail. 1 minute and 2 seconds remaining. He pressed play. His own voice again, quieter now. You did the right thing. It's gone. It comes back twice more, learn the pattern. The second time is 3 nights from now. The third time is the last time. After the third time it won't come back. But Joel, listen to me, after the third time you need to call the number that left you this message. You need to leave a voicemail. The same one. Word for word. Everything I've told you. A pause. Then, barely audible, because the only reason I knew how to survive it, was because I listened to this message. And the only reason this message exists, is because I made it. Do you understand? You have to make this message. You have to send it back. To yourself. 3 years ago. I don't know how. But you have to. Because if you don't, neither of us survives the third night. The message ended. He tried to find the number. The area code led nowhere, not a real exchange, not registered to any carrier. He tried to trace it 3 different ways across 2 days, and each search came back the same. The number did not exist. Could not have made a call. Had never been assigned to anyone. And yet the voicemail was there. Time-stamped. Logged by his carrier. 2 minutes and 41 seconds of his own voice describing a room it had no way to describe, a night that hadn't happened yet, a sound that came exactly when it said it would. The second night came 3 days later. He was ready. Floor. Dark. Still. 6 minutes. Silence. The third night, he lay in the gap between the bed and the wall for almost an hour before it came. Longer this time. 11 minutes. But it stopped. Like the message promised. And then it was over. He sat in the quiet of his apartment and he looked at the number on his phone, the impossible number, and he opened his dial pad. He didn't know how to send a voicemail to the past. He didn't understand what he was doing, or whether it was real, or whether any of this followed any logic he had words for. But he called the number. It rang twice. Then a long tone. Then silence, open, textured silence, the silence of a line waiting to record. He took a breath. And he began. He recorded it word for word. Everything the message had told him, the lamp, the water glass, the rain, the 4 minutes, the floor, the wall. He described the 3 nights. He gave the instructions. He recorded it all in his own voice, calm and careful and urgent underneath, just as he had heard it. At the very end, before he hung up, he added something that hadn't been in the original message. Something he needed to say even if there was no logic to it, even if the loop meant he had always said it and would always say it and saying it changed nothing. I don't know what was in the hallway. I chose not to know. Maybe that was the right choice. Maybe knowing is what makes the third night the last night for the people who don't make it. Don't look under the door. Don't open it. Don't try to understand what it is. He paused. Then, and listen, I know this doesn't make sense. I know you're sitting there trying to find the logic in it and there isn't any. There's just the message and the 3 nights and the thing in the hallway and the fact that we're still here. That's enough. That has to be enough. He hung up. He doesn't know if it worked. He doesn't know if 3 years ago his own voice landed in his own voicemail inbox from a number that doesn't exist. He doesn't know how any of it is possible. But the voicemail is still there on his phone. He's never deleted it. He listens to it sometimes, his own voice, describing that room, that night, the rain on the window. He says it's the only proof he has that he made the right choice, that they both survived. Joel still lives in the same apartment. He replaced the right desk lamp bulb eventually. He leaves both on now, always, when he's home after dark. He told me he hasn't heard anything in the hallway since the third night. He said he believes, that whatever it was understood something had been handled. That a loop had closed. That the accounting was balanced in some way he doesn't have language for. I asked him if he was afraid it would come back. He said, no. What I'm afraid of is the voicemail disappearing. As long as it's there I know I made the message. I know the loop is closed. If it disappears, that means I didn't make it. That means the version of me who sent it never existed. And if that's true. He stopped. Looked at his phone. Then put it face down on the table. I don't finish that thought, he said. I made a rule about that. Check your voicemail tonight. The old ones. The ones you never got around to listening to. The ones from numbers you don't recognize that you always meant to delete. Listen to them carefully. Pay attention to the details. And if one of them, any of them, describes the room you are sitting in right now, listen to every word. Do exactly what it says. And whatever you do, do not open the door.